in here, so let's get the converter pulled out along with the transmission and go through everything. Missing the transmission over to Ben Giggery with Ben's transmissions, and the Circle D will go back, or the Circle D converter will go back to them to get checked over. In theory, everything should be fine. I happened to run the transmission, like the hose broke, and so it ran completely low and wouldn't even move. So I just want to go ahead and get it checked over. I'm sure there's nothing, but just make sure what I'm putting to it hasn't done any damage. Better safe than sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to unstrap it right now. But in the converter maintenance, make sure the welds still look good. And I think we're gonna do a stator change. So even though it's a bolt together, they're gonna have it. We'll just swap out the stator and get it rolling from there. We're thinking a looser stator will help. I'm running into issues with it hitting the tire too hard with the rear gear that I have, because I have a 456 and I had a 488. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll work out for the best. You got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I learned quickly here that my metal fenders were now my favorite thing. Those pesky bell housing bolts were a lot easier to get to being able to lay on the fenders. So that's the main takeaway from this. So we got the transmission out. Luckily, my friend Fluffy was willing to take the transmission over to Monahan's for me. He came and grabbed it. And then Ben was really quick on getting it done once he got it. I was super thankful for that. I really, of course, want to get it back together so that way when season starts we can get going. But I got the call a couple days after Ben got it that it was hurt a little bit more than we anticipated. Well, I really didn't anticipate it being hurt at all, but it had some issues. It has an 8-clutch drum, and the direct clutches were in pretty bad shape, plus the band and the high gear drum were scorched, so obviously I overheated it at some point. I was a little frustrated with myself whenever he let me know that, but nothing we couldn't get fixed, and we upgraded it to a 10-clutch drum, so I mean, at least there was an upgrade too. Also, the valve body that came in that one originally was not able to have an internal dump valve plumbed into it, so I had the valve body swapped and everything set up for the internal dump, and now all of that's there. So there were some upgrades made along with finding the bad, and I have learned my lesson on using cheap fluid and will now be putting AMSOIL in it. That's what several people I know have ran, and it's had good results, so that's what I'm going to go with for now. But yeah, so much fun. Ben is a great guy to work with though, and he is my hero for getting this fixed. I was a little scared on the whole transmission deal. Like once he said stuff was wrong, I was like, oh no, but he took care of it no problem, and it was like it was nothing. And now I have a great transmission that he's already tested on his dyno, and I'm ready to put it back in the car. So I'm just currently waiting on my converter to get back from Circle D, and we'll be putting it back in. Also, check out how much cleaner the transmission is when I got it back. Man, I put that poor thing through hell. What was I doing?